Alrighty, this is me maintaining a record. This is Mobility Solutions. I documented him a couple nights ago, gang stalking, and he is monitoring. This is why he's using his vehicle as light activity while he's right inside of this building, gang stalking, doing so while under the job, ostensibly engaged in what the vehicle says, parking enforcement. He's engaged in criminal monitoring with the city of Ontario, that's stalking by planes, which is the images that I just captured. He's pacing in and out of this building, using the vehicle as light activity. He's psychotic. It is currently, by the way, 10:32 p.m. This is the city of Ontario engaging in terrorism. Alrighty, this is going in and out of what is the Securitas venue. Well, Allied Universal does the same thing while they're gang stalking. He's engaging in the pattern of kind of going back and forth to the car, while the Ontario International Airport is stalking by plane. This is P.O.C. Very psychotic. This is pacing with the engineer light, back and forth and back and forth. This is the entity that's engaging in that, and this is the city of Ontario that's maintaining what is an ability to engage in overnight surveillance with the airport that's flying over the venue. Alrighty, this is license plate. I'm documenting he's been engaged in it, and since the day that I documented him, now I'm seeing him every day. This is the entity that monitors evidence, and literally in their minds, the more that they're seen, the more that they appear as though I'm not doing anything. That's literally their logic. They're going straight to prison. It makes it very easy to document terrorists. Everything that all of their theories are absolutely asinine. They're idiotic, and it's providing evidence for those that are blatantly engaging in surveillance, and they're going to prison. License 9YAL932 is systematically monitoring at the Ontario Town Square, and he's also exhibiting severe mental instability, which is relevant to damages and the prosecution of the city of Ontario. That's keeping me under surveillance. These demons are sitting in the vehicle, gang stalking with him in the middle of the night. Okay, they're just sitting around monitoring while parking enforcement is a demon. He's psychotic. He's walking in and out of the building repeatedly, using the vehicle, blinking in the lights of the vehicle, and doing so like you see in the video as he is monitoring me and knowing that I'm documenting him. This is impunity, and it's also mental illness, and it is in concert with the entity that is stalking. Okay, this is surveillance. The entity is doing so with commercial plane, the typical hovering over the elbow cone is what they're doing right now. They're flying at a higher elevation where they are stalking. Getting out of the vehicle once I hone in on them and zoom in. Okay, they've been sitting engaged in surveillance while this psychopath is going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay, that's POC. These are demons that are stalking, and I documented this demon over here. This is all surveillance. This is all gang stalking. Their license plates are on the Google Drive, and this is the entity that's engaged in sexual assault and battery with engineer light while they're sitting around stalking with light. This is the entity that's engaged in psychopathic pacing. This is the stationary presence aiming light. This demon with the yellow jacket on is walking in and out of the building using light activity, peculiarized light as he does so. These demons are over here monitoring. The fake moon is directly over my head. These are demons. This is the mentally ill. They're engaged in 24-hour surveillance of my vagina as well. This is the city of Ontario. This is the type of venue that the entity is going to lose because it's been used for terrorism. They're not going to have an Ontario town square. This is a city of Ontario that for years, the Ontario police terrorizing by helicopter in concert with the people of the state. It's a forum that I've shown is used for domestic terrorism and a means that is defunding the terrorism and removing the resources that the government is using and abusing. The Ontario Town Square is not used for the purposes that Governor Brown stated that it would be for, nor is the current demon, Paul Leon, using it for that purpose. Its basis of presence is federal prison. With regard to the entity that's engaging in this pattern of conduct, Paul Leon is providing what is the resources, the venues, the resources of funding terrorism. And that's what Ontario Town Square has been used for. That's what it's being used for right now. This is POC. It is currently 10:35 p.m.